What we talk about in today's video is going to explain why your manifestation is taking weeks, months, or even years to come in. So if you like that idea, make sure you comment below and just let me know what was the best part of this video for you as we go through it. This is the number one manifestation problem, and I want to explain to you exactly what's happening. Manifestation is not about changing reality. It's about becoming the version of you who's already living in that reality, regardless of what the outside circumstances are showing you. Here's where most people go wrong with it. And let me know if this sounds familiar. When someone imagines a new future, they briefly enter a new state, and they may even successfully envision it, daydream about it, and even feel it real in that moment. But then soon after, they return right back to their old identity or their current reality that's playing out for them. In other words, they shift right back to the old timeline, where the old familiar reality of struggle, worry, doubt, fear, how is it going to happen, where is it going to come from, thinking is occurring. What's really happening here, though, is that new manifestation never had a chance to solidify and stabilize. As coined by the great Neville Goddard, the bridge of incidence begins unfolding and lining up immediately upon a new signal being emitted into the field. Like a ripple being instantly transmitted into the ocean of energy, your signal is instantly received, and the universe is orchestrating behind the scenes to help bring you whatever it is that you're visualizing or whatever you're emitting from your being here. But the reality is, since our 3D physical world here is a bit more dense, it takes a little bit of time to orchestrate and for things to unfold properly. And because we're often impatient, doubting, worrying, not knowing and uncertain of how things are going to come in or play out or how it's going to happen, our old identity just takes the reins once again, and we end up shifting right back to our old timeline. And what we've been experiencing in our life just continues on and continues to persist. This is why Neville Goddard said persistence is key, and it's persisting in the assumption. So when you assume something to be true and you persist in that, now your state of being is aligning with that assumption, and you're physically emitting that signal that's now on the frequency of what it is you desire. If you can simply persist in the feeling state of that assumption for long enough, you will begin to see the bridge of incidence unfold in alignment with that new desire and that new reality. You must remain in that new state for long enough, though, for reality to actually rearrange itself. Otherwise, it just simply shifts right back to the most dominant timeline you've been on, which is often aligned with your current or old identity, which is why I always stress about the importance of shifting your identity so that you can more easily match that manifestation you're trying to create and that desire that you have. Once the seed is successfully planted in the field, though, in the field of consciousness, the bridge must unfold. And how does a seed actually get planted in the field of consciousness? Is you just simply decide or declare or accept or commit to something new in your life, that you are going to have something new. 100%. Kind of like changing the channel on your TV set, where you literally are changing the channel to watch a new movie, and then you don't go back to the old one. You just commit to watching that new movie or experiencing that new reality for yourself. In other words, we make a decision and a declaration of what we are going to be, do, or have, and we don't go back on it. That's where so many people get stuck, as they keep returning back to the old. But when this has been done successfully, the universe begins to orchestrate, arrange, and synchronize the unfolding of the bridge of incidence. And it will begin to unfold in the path of your least resistance. It's important to mention that all manifestation has an appointed hour. And all that means is kind of like having a gestation period for a baby or a period of growth for a seed that you plant in a physical dirt field, like in a garden or if you're a farmer. And just like you wouldn't dig up a seed that you just planted in fertile soil to check and make sure it's growing, we want to simply trust that the universe is orchestrating all the necessary activities for the attainment of whatever it is that we are in the state of being and what we've been assuming here. And a little analogy I want to kind of share that really helps you connect the dots here is the universe is kind of like those old telephone operators at a switchboard connecting the calls for people. Well, that's exactly what the universe is orchestrating behind the scenes. It's helping connect the dots to bring you the right connections, the right people, the right ideas, the right inspired action for the attainment of what it is you're assuming and what it is that you desire. So number one, we want to first start figuring out what what is it that we're emitting on a regular basis? What is our state of being most dominantly throughout the day? If it's a state of being that's like you're a victim, you're doubting, you're worrying, you're in survival mode, the very first thing we want to start to do is understand that we are actually emitting that signal, and we have to neutralize and let go of our old identity more and more and more so that we can actually start to emit a better, more powerful, more aligned signal towards that which we would desire. And pretty much as soon as you start to emit the signal of that which you desire more often than that which you don't desire, or that what you're experiencing right now in your reality, that's the moment that the universe starts to conspire and work for you in a way more powerful way for that which you desire. So the main objective of what we're going to be doing in our embodied manifestation program here is helping you shift from the old state and old signal that you've been emitting and into a new state, a new identity, a new state of being where you're emitting the signal of that which you desire more often throughout the day. So if there's 16 waking hours in the day, you're going to be emitting a way better, more powerful, calm, confident signal into the field for 9 or 10, 11, maybe even all 16 waking hours of the day eventually. And you fall asleep. Who you fall asleep as is who you wake up as. And it's just going to emit a more powerful signal into the field. And then it's going to attract more and more ideas, feeling states, people, opportunities, events, circumstances that match more closely and increase the probability of that which you desire. So I hope this idea makes sense. However, if you are a part of our embodied manifestation program, we're going to be talking about this every week for the next 8 weeks. So it's really, really cool. But if you're not a part of our embodied manifestation program, I'm going to leave a link below for you to check out, because we're going to be getting into some next level ideas throughout this program, and it's going to change your life forever. And once you understand the mechanism of how you're actually creating your life and what's really happening behind the scenes, and how your inner world is creating your outer world, it's going to change your life forever. So if that sounds cool to you and you want to be a part of it, there's an amazing opportunity to jump in right now. I would love to have you in there if you're aligned with this type of work and you've been studying manifestation and self-development, but you just haven't really gotten the results you desire. This is an amazing opportunity for you to experience that for yourself. But with that, I'll see you guys in the next video, and we're going to just keep going deeper and deeper into this concept.